Hello everyone. Today is Sunday, April 12th, 2020. I'm not celebrating Easter, but so yeah. So at this moment, last I checked, a short while earlier this morning, I have 132 subscribers here on YouTube, and so I know that doesn't seem like a lot, but I've been around since if it weren't for my other channel being deleted, April 1st would have been like a whole year since I had that channel. But yeah, I didn't even get a chance to have that channel for a whole year. So anyway, there are some people who said that they're thankful and grateful for me because the truth is scarce on YouTube, and that I'm one of the few people who tell the truth on YouTube. But I know that I'm pretty much a lot of times very much hated and ignored in the YouTube community. Y'all can see the evidence of my thumbs down on at least one thumbs down on every video. Other targeted individuals I don't see get like not many views and then so many thumbs down and so much hate. So other targeted individuals I see, they get at least 25 thumbs up and no thumbs down. And they get all the support. And I've said numerous times that, this targeted individual community seems like a, like a popularity contest. And there are some other targets get frustrated and wondering why the targeted individual community is not trying to help me. And in the past, the few people who profess to be targeted, who tried to help, who make it like they try to help me, it seemed like I got scammed and turned out they were perps pretending to be targeted. Like the lady, that Judy lady who says her name is Judy. She told me that her name's really not Judy. But she, tried to scam me and try to trap me in Gulf Breeze, which is not far from here in Pensacola. So, that was kind of like a mildly traumatic experience. I got out of there and I was there for not even 2 hours. So, but sub-targeted individuals like, well, why don't you get a van and go sleep in your van, or get a van and live in your van, So, more than one, quite a few targeted individuals suggested that. So one lady suggested that that I should do a video on of asking for she suggested the idea that maybe my subscribers or other people can help me out, each of my subscribers. I know that won't be realistic, but if I can, she suggested that I ask for that if anybody can do like $20 a month just for 2 months, and then that should be enough to help me get a used van. And so that way I won't have to deal with, I can have my own transportation, and I wouldn't have to worry about, being forced stuck next to neighbors. I'm glad I'm not in an apartment lease, and I'm glad I'm off the streets for now, but that guy next door blasts his music in the Black Kid Soul every day. So, if I had my own vehicle, I can just hop in the vehicle and drive off. rather than being forced to just tolerate this torture, of the noise abuse. And I know I can't 100% stay away from it, but I mean, at least I can escape from the assault. I mean, because I've had moments where the noise, like even the other, like I think it was the day before yesterday, the night before last, it's like after his blasting his music for at least 30 minutes, I had a nauseating headache and my ears were hurting and ringing. And plus I felt on the verge of like an outburst or a meltdown. And so I kept threatening to leave, and the roommate was begging me to stay, because I couldn't handle that that noise every day. And so, I mean, some of these apartment people here are perps. Anytime, like every day we go to the park, perps out there waiting. If I'm on the phone, perp neighbors from the building across or the building next door, they're listening in on my conversation. If I'm, so, but I'm gonna stay here for as long as I can, and help her out financially, and I'm glad she ain't money hungry, and we just seem like we became friends, and I'd be surprised that I was here for today makes 9 days since I was here. I'm surprised everything seems like it's not 100% perfect, but over 90% good. Everything's, pretty good, and I'm excited and glad that, I'm off the streets and I can cook again. Last night I cooked some, like, from the food pantry. Like, I cooked the squash. Like, I cut up the squash and, what's that? The green and orange bell pepper and squash. And I put some butter in it and some pink Himalayan salt, a little bit of cumin, and a little bit of cayenne pepper. And I boiled it, the vegetables and the butter and the salt and the seasonings all together. And then towards the end, I put some canned mackerel and some rice. And then I added towards the end, since it was already cooked, and it turned out to taste delicious, I'm like, well, I still got my cooking skills. So, yeah, so, a lot of, people, like, even when I was on the streets, people were frustrated and say, how come other targets, or even if they're not targeted, how come nobody's trying to really help you? Because we live in a selfish world. Like, everybody is, just, the Bible warns about people being lovers of their own selves nowadays, So, and it's like, as I said in the other videos, with me trying to find my own housing through the Catholic charities and stuff, it's like nothing there for me. Even when I had Section 8 or looking around for a place in New Orleans or Greenville, South Carolina, or Los Angeles, like these landlords hardly ever answer their phones anyway. They just about never answer their phones. And then when they do, they turn out to be a scam perp landlord that's abusive and money hungry. And I didn't realize that somebody said that that most of the time they're trying to keep me homeless and not let me get a place. And then if I do finally get a place, like whether it be a job or an apartment or something like that, it's like the perps laying the groundwork to set things up to have me just stalked and harassed, like gang stalked and harassed, because how I ended up home this time around, how I ended up homeless since July 31st, 2018. That's the longest I ever been like street homeless like that, or homeless. Before then, it was maybe like 1 or 2 nights on the streets. And then I never did like more than 1 or 2 nights on the streets, you know. And then most of the time I had been in shelters. And so then, and 4 years ago, I had that issue with that Lisa Rubin lady, that fake Christian deliverance minister. What she did to me, I ended up on the streets for 9 days. Nobody cared. And then after July 31st, I ended up on the streets off and on. The reason why I say off and on, because I would have a moment where I could stay in a hotel or a motel for a week. There was the time I worked at the Grand Canyon and stuff like that. So it wasn't on the streets I wasn't on the streets every single day, you know. And there was a couple of times, you know, I stayed at the hostel in New Orleans twice for like a week. And I didn't even stay the whole entire month. And I would end up back on the streets and the hostel was like nothing but perps. So thanks for watching. And if anybody has, I don't like to beg or like to have to ask for anything, you know. So I'm glad for if anybody has a caring heart to pour their hearts out. And I hope that people would pray that if I do get to be blessed with a van, that, you know, any maintenance people or whoever wouldn't take advantage of me or exploit or cheat or scam me. But, you know, thanks for watching. Bye.